How's it going, fellas? T-Ray the Collector here with my Blu-ray haul for the month of August. Pretty big month for pickups this month. Picked up quite a bit of stuff. Also had a birthday this month, so haul's a little stacked because of the birthday. Got some good birthday gifts that are going to be included in this haul. So without further ado, let's just get right into it because we got a lot to show off here and a lot to get through. So let's not waste any time and let's get right into it. First pickup this month, Demolition Man with Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes. Was gonna watch this last night, but ended up being a little too tired. Put it on and fell asleep, so haven't got to watch it yet. But it's right up my alley as far as movies go. I love like late 80s, early 90s action movies, so this I'm fairly positive is gonna be awesome. I liked what I saw so far before I fell asleep. But yeah, first pickup of the month, Demolition Man. Up next is a new release for the month. I think a lot of people probably picked this up this month, and for good reason. This movie was awesome. Really loved this movie. Had to get the Steelbook, and I'm excited to watch the extra Blu-ray cut of this with the raw footage. I think that was a really cool feature to throw in. But we got the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes Steelbook. Really awesome looking Steelbook. Proximus plate displayed loud and proud right there. Like I said, really loved this movie. Super happy to have it on 4K and to have that extra feature Blu-ray. So yeah, pickup number 2 was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes 4K Steelbook. Next up, I picked up a movie called Stitches. I watched this probably 5 years ago and haven't seen it since, but I remember really liking it. And with Halloween right around the corner, I figured that this would be a fun pickup. So I decided, why not go ahead and pick up Stitches? It would be fun to watch when October rolls around. I'm trying to get some more Halloween movies before Halloween fully kicks off, so that way I have a nice collection for when it does kick off. Yeah, picked up Stitches this month. Really cool movie. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. Got a great soundtrack as well. And this month, and as far as pickups this month, I did go a lot with stuff that had been on my list for a while, so decided just to go ahead and knock some of them out, with it being my birthday month and, just kind of really being new to collecting. I figured it's time to add some of my favorites to the collection, and that's what I did here with Napoleon Dynamite, one of my favorite comedy movies of all time. Really love Napoleon Dynamite. Had to have this in the collection, and I'm super happy to have finally picked up Napoleon Dynamite. Next pickup I got from my local game exchange. This Gremlins, I'm not sure exactly what they call these. You guys can let me know in the comments below, but it's like one of those magnetized, not quite a steelbook, but definitely harder than your normal case. Got some really cool artwork on the inside. Yeah, picked up this Gremlins. Like I said, not sure what it's called. You guys let me know in the comments down below what it is called. But got Gremlins on Blu-ray. This was a first time watch for me. Really enjoyed it. Really fun, campy movie. Love stuff like that. I know people are gonna flame me in the comments for not having seen Gremlins. But anyways, I have seen it now. So next pickup for the month was sneakers. This was also a blind buy, recommended from the This Is Important podcast, which I highly recommend too. It's the guys from Workaholics. If you guys know that show, this is considered a Durs classic, and I had to see it after hearing how highly they praised it, and I was not disappointed. This is a really fun heist movie. Really happy with having this in the collection, especially for a blind buy. I feel like anytime you get a blind buy and it's a good watch, that's a dub. So yeah, really happy to have this movie in the collection. Really fun heist movie, and if you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. And next up, I'm working my way through the MCU collection, so I just picked up a bunch of random MCU movies that I could find for cheap. One of those was Iron Man with a slipcover. Really cool slipcover on that. This is the movie that kicked off the MCU, so really happy to finally have it in my MCU collection. Really, really fun movie. Grew up on this movie, had to have it, and yeah, added Iron Man to the collection this month. And keeping in the theme with Iron Man, also picked up Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3. So completed the Iron Man trilogy this month. I'm super happy to have all three Iron Man. Really happy to have all three of them regardless. Like I said, working my way through the MCU and keeping up with that is Thor and Thor the Dark World. Not a huge fan of these movies, but the completionist in me really wants to have all the MCU movies on Blu-ray, so had to pick those up. Found them for a really good deal on eBay too, so decided now's the time. Gonna go ahead and pull the trigger on that. Next up, a little more steelbook action. I picked up the Scarface steelbook. This is a really fun steelbook. Got the pop kind of comic art on it there. Really fun. This was a blind buy for me as well, so I'm now going to get flamed for not having seen Gremlins or Scarface before, but I have since watched it. Really fun movie. Love Al Pacino. Had to get the steelbook for this. I got it another really good deal on eBay, so decided to go ahead and pick that up as well. And then this 2-pack here featuring Bloodsport and Time Cop. Had to have this. I saw this on eBay. I watched it for a couple of days. The seller offered a deal on it, and I was like, you know what? It's time to pull the trigger. Love both of these movies. Love some Jean-Claude Van Damme. It was the right time, right deal. Super happy to finally have this in the collection. And yeah, Bloodsport, Time Cop combo pack there. And some more steelbook action. This really awesome Blues Brothers steelbook. Love this movie. This is one of my favorite movies. So when I saw, I think it was Groove was having a sale on this for $14, I decided, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. Show you guys there. Blues Brothers steelbook. Really awesome steelbook. And on the back, you got the car. Really awesome steelbook. Really great movie. Happy to have this in the collection. And keeping up with the theme of Groove sales, I also picked up the Riddick Complete Collection. So far, I've only watched the first one. Haven't seen... Let me get that in there for you guys. Haven't seen any of them yet. Or haven't seen any of them besides the first one yet. I watched it. Pretty good movie. Pretty good movie. Excited to watch the other two. But for the deal that was going on for this, I couldn't pass it up. Especially since this doesn't really seem to be on streaming services. If you look it up, it says it's on Peacock, but then you go to Peacock and it's not there, so I decided, you know what, I'm just going to buy it, add it to the collection. Couldn't turn down the deal I got on it, so yeah, added Riddick to the collection. And then another Groove sale this month, the Bourne Complete Collection. I've watched the first one of this too, haven't seen the others yet, working my way onto it, loved the first one, so I'm excited to finally watch the other four. I think there's 4. Yeah, 5 movie collection for the Bourne series here. Really, really enjoyed the first one. And like I said, for the deal I got for this and the Riddick series, I couldn't turn it down. So yeah, added that to the collection as well. Next up, huge Arnold Schwarzenegger fan, so I'm working on adding all his movies to my collection as well. So the next pickup is Jingle All the Way. Love this movie. This is a childhood classic. I absolutely had to have this in the collection, even if, you know, I wasn't going through all Schwarzenegger movies right now. This would have definitely had been something I added to the collection anyways. So yeah, picked up Jingle All the Way. Super happy to have this in my collection. Love this movie. Love Schwarzenegger, as you guys will see, because our next film that I picked up this month is True Lies. A lot of people have complained about the 4K transfer on this, and I'm right there with you guys. Doesn't look as great as the Blu-ray, I think, even. And even on, I think this is on Disney Plus, is where I watched it originally. It looks a lot better on Disney Plus. So, but finding it just on Blu-ray is near impossible without getting the 4K as well. And this does come with a digital code too, so I'm okay with the 4K kind of sucking if it means I get to have it in my collection and have the Blu-ray to fall back on because the 4K does suck. So yeah, really happy to have True Lies, one of my favorite Schwarzenegger movies. Had to add it to the collection. Got a really good deal on it on eBay. I think I paid like $25 for it, brand new. It's got the slip cover and everything, as you guys can tell. Not gonna do it because it's gonna fall out, but yeah, picked up True Lies as well this month. And some more Schwarzenegger. This was actually a birthday gift. Shout out Grandma, love you. Got the Terminator 1 through 6 film series. Love Terminator 1 through 2. Even 3 is okay, but the rest I'm not a huge fan of. But still, I'm a completionist, so getting 1 through 6 is an awesome way to save some space here with this box set. As you guys can tell, comes with all the Terminator movies there. You can pause that and read what it comes with if you want, but it does include all 6 Terminator films. Super happy to have that in the collection. Next up, another birthday gift that I'm really going to get flamed for not having seen these movies before, but I have since watched all of them. Loved them. One of my new favorite trilogies, and that is the Back to the Future trilogy. Again, shout out Grandma. Picked this up for me for my birthday. Really fun trilogy. Super happy to have this in the collection and to have gotten to watch these for the first time. I wish I could experience it watching it for the first time again. Really fun time. And super happy to have Back to the Future in the collection. Next up, another birthday gift. Escape from New York. I love this movie. Not a huge fan of Escape from LA, so I'm not sure if it's going to get added to the collection, even though I am a completionist and I do want to have, all the films from the series in the collection. Not sure about Escape from LA, but I love Snake Plissken and I love Escape from New York, so super happy to have gotten this for my birthday this year. This is a really awesome movie. And added Escape from New York to the collection. Up next, another Schwarzenegger film and another birthday gift, Kindergarten Cop. This was a first time watch for me when I got this. Loved it. Has some serious 80s vibes, and I love that in a movie. So to get this was really cool and a really fun first time watch. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. Super fun time. Up next is a classic that I also received for my birthday. Really like this cover for the movie, The Big Lebowski. Had to get this. I'm a huge comedy movie fan, and this is one of the ultimate comedy movies. So had to add it to the collection, and super happy to have gotten this for my birthday. Not a lot you can say because everybody's pretty much seen this movie, but there is a lot you can quote, and I love a good quotable movie, and this is one of them. Had to add The Big Lebowski to my collection. Something I've been wanting since the first time I watched it, and since I started collecting, and finally got it for my birthday. I know the 4K is pretty cheap, but I'm not a huge stickler on Blu-ray and 4K. I will get a 4K if the deal's right, but for The Big Lebowski, just owning it is really cool. So super happy to have The Big Lebowski in the collection. Next up, another birthday gift, Megan. Love this movie. Really good horror movie. Also another birthday gift. Shout out Mom, love you. Really happy to have Megan in the collection. And then another great horror movie from the past couple years, Terrifier 2. Definitely my favorite of the 2 Terrifiers. I know a lot of people think it's too long, but I think it's a great time. Really good horror movie and one of the best ones to come out in the last couple years. Had to have Terrifier in the collection. Working on getting the first one, but for right now, having Terrifier 2 in the collection is really cool. Coming right around to October, like I said, with Stitches, and this is going to be a nice feature with Stitches. So super happy to have Terrifier 2. Next up, another classic, still in the plastic. Haven't got around to rewatched it yet, but I do love Groundhog Day. Had to have this in the collection. One of my favorite Bill Murray movies. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing? You're missing out on one of the greatest movies ever made. And like I said, this is my favorite Bill Murray movie, so I had to have it in the collection. If you haven't seen it, go watch it right now after this video. But still, go watch it. Great movie. Love Groundhog Day. And next is one that just came in the door today, another blind buy, but I love Al Pacino, love Robert De Niro, love Val Kilmer, so I figured, this isn't on streaming, I don't think, so might as well add it to the collection. And for, I think, $7 I paid for it, yeah, I'm going to add it to the collection. Heat, have heard nothing but great things about this movie. Super to have it to my add it to my collection, and this is probably what I'm going to watch tonight, so yeah, super happy to have Heat. Next up, Goodfellas. Got this for $4 at the local game exchange, so pretty happy to have this in the collection. Not a lot to say about this movie. Everybody's seen it, everybody loves it, and for good reason. It's a great movie, so happy to have it in the collection. Next up is a childhood classic I also picked up for around $5 at the local game exchange, and that is Paul Blart. Let me get that in there for you guys. And that is Paul Blart Mall Cop. Love this movie. If you haven't seen this movie, what are you doing? This is a childhood classic. I remember the first time I watched this movie was at a sleepover with my best friends, and we had the best time ever watching this movie. We nearly peed our sleeping bags laughing. So yeah, it brings back good memories to have this in the collection, and I'm super excited to give this a watch again sometime soon. Next up, another game exchange pickup. I think I paid $12 for this. The Rambo 4-film collection. And I know I said I'm a completionist, but this kind of is similar to getting Escape from LA. I am not a huge fan of Rambo Last Blood, so just having the first 4 is perfectly fine with me, and I am definitely okay with just owning the first 4 Rambo movies because those are the best of them in my opinion. Love First Blood. First Blood's one of my favorite movies, so happy to have the 4-film Rambo collection. Next up, classic comedy movie. Picked up Hot Fuzz. This was a first time watch for me. Also picked up from Game Exchange. Just watched this recently this week and I loved it. Super funny movie. Also just really well shot. Like it's just a good looking movie, and it's a ton of fun. So if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend Hot Fuzz. Don't put it off like I did. It is super fun, very well shot, and the ending is pretty crazy. So you will have a great time, guaranteed. Then, yeah, picked up Hot Fuzz for, I think, $4 at Game Exchange. You can't beat that with a stick. Next up, I picked up, also at Game Exchange, Top Gun, the first one, with a slipcover. Paid $5 for this as well, and Game Exchange does the buy 2 get 1 free on their watchable media, so I'm pretty sure this was one of my freebies. Super cool to have this in the collection. Haven't seen it yet. Definitely plan on watching it soon and adding Maverick to the collection to go along with this. But for $5, I knew I couldn't turn down a classic movie like Top Gun with slipcover. And like I said, I'm pretty sure it was free. I would have to check the receipt. But yeah, either way, $5 or free. You got to pick up Top Gun. And super happy to add that into my collection and to watch that relatively soon. Next up, more Arnold and a double feature film, Predator and Predator 2. Watched the first one here recently and I loved it. Dutch is a badass, and I knew I had to have at least the first one in my collection, and I found this at Game Exchange for $6, I want to say it was. Had to pick it up, and yeah, not a lot you can say about these movies because everybody's seen them and everybody loves them. Yeah, found this for $6. Had to pick it up. Added into my Schwarzenegger collection, and they're just really fun movies. So picked up the Predator and Predator 2 2-pack. And this I know for sure was one of my freebies because me and the guy talked about it when I was checking out at Game Exchange. Picked up the Oceans 11, 12, and 13 box set. They had this listed for $9, and he ended up giving it to me as part of my buy 2 get 1 free deal. And yeah, so I ended up walking away with Oceans 11, 12, and 13 all for free. Haven't seen these yet. Picked this up with the intention, I'm finally going to sit down and watch these. Super excited, especially after watching Sneakers. Got me in the mood to watch some heist movies, so 11 is definitely getting watched soon, and then the others will be soon to follow. So yeah, really cool pickup, and it was free, so hard to beat that. Next up, another classic childhood movie, Never Back Down. Got this for $4 at Game Exchange. I had been eyeing it for a while, the past couple of times I had been there, and I was like, this time is the time I get it. Finally picked it up this month. Never Back Down. Love this movie. As corny and as silly as it is, it's a great movie just to throw on and relax to. Just a good Saturday night action flick. Love Never Back Down. Super happy to have it in the collection. And this is one of my pickups that came through the door this week. This was one of the more expensive pickups of the week. Not sure why. It just doesn't seem to have a U.S. release, so this is an import that is region free, I believe. And it is Raw Deal, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Recently watched this for the first time. Loved it. Really awesome Arnold action movie. Great soundtrack as well. And yeah, when I saw it on eBay, it was payday. It was, relatively cheap for from other listings that I had saw, and it was brand new. So decided to go ahead and pick up Raw Deal for the Arnold Schwarzenegger collection. And it's a really great movie, so I'm happy to have it in the collection. Next up, a blind buy, but an Al Pacino movie, so I don't really count those as blind buys. I count those as more of like, I'm gonna watch this and enjoy it because Al Pacino's in it, and they're always a good time. My dog's even excited about Carlito's Way here. Picked this up for a great deal. I think it was $7 brand new. Can't beat that. And yeah, super excited to finally watch Carlito's Way. That'll probably be a this weekend watch as well. Another childhood classic, Major Payne. I love this movie. This supplied me hours of entertainment as a kid. I had this on DVD as a kid. Lost it, don't know where it's at, and it deserves to get upgraded to Blu-ray anyway. So super happy to have found Major Payne for a good deal as well. Next up is a trilogy of movies. I picked up the Maze Runner trilogy. I've been wanting to watch these for a while. These have been on my watch list since the beginning of the year. So super happy to have finally found a really good deal. I think I got all three for $13. So picked up the Maze Runner, the Maze Runner Scorch Trials, and the Death Cure. Next up, another great Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. Probably, I don't know, it's hard to rank his movies for me, but this is definitely among my favorites, at least top two. I don't know, top three. We'll say top three. I love Death Warrant. Picked this up for a really good deal on eBay and had to add it to the collection. I love this movie. Super awesome action movie. And like I said, I'm a massive mark for 80s and 90s action movies, so this is right up my alley, and I had to add it to the collection. Next up, I picked up the 3-film collection of Bill and Ted. Excellent Adventure is among my top 10 favorite movies of all time. My dog's even super excited about Bill and Ted. He loves Bill and Ted. Yeah, love Bill and Ted. I'm even a fan of Bogus Journey. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I love Bogus Journey, and Excellent Adventure is one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm not going to speak on the third one because it is just very okay, but I love all three movies, and for $13 I think this is going for on Amazon. You can't beat it. Had to add it to the collection, and super happy to finally add Bill and Ted to the collection. I'm going to end with 2 steelbooks I picked up. Both of these are 4K steelbooks. I picked up The Last Action Hero. It's not my favorite Schwarzenegger movie, but it's a good Schwarzenegger movie with a fun premise and, some fun dialogue. And yeah, I think I picked this up for 20 bucks, 4K Steelbook, and to add an Arnold 4K Steelbook to the collection for 20 bucks, had to do it. And that brings me to the last pickup of the month, and probably one of my more favorite pickups from the month, the 4K Steelbook of Taxi Driver. I just recently watched this for the first time and was blown away by Robert De Niro's performance. This slid into my top 10 favorite movies for sure. This is a great movie with a great performance by Robert De Niro. And when I saw it, I was like, yeah, I gotta go buy that 4K Steelbook. I had been eyeing it on Amazon as like a blind buy. Decided to watch it on Prime to see if I liked it first, and I loved it. So after that, I had to go purchase this 4K Steelbook, and I'm super happy I did. It's a really cool Steelbook. Got the artwork on the back there, and super cool. Alright guys, that's what I picked up for the month of August. Let me know down below what your favorite pickup of mine was and what you picked up this month. And be sure to like, comment, subscribe as well if you enjoy physical media or action figures. It would really mean a lot to me if you guys showed some love and decided to join me on the collecting journey. And yeah guys, that's going to do it for this video. I'm going to head out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week whenever you're watching this, and I hope your collecting goes as well as it possibly can and you guys score some steals of deals. I've been T-Ray, you guys have been phenomenal, and I will see you on the next one.